So when you come to church, what do? You walk into church, you drive up, you park, you grab your coffee, you walk into church, you say hello to some people maybe, or maybe you're grouchy because maybe you had, I don't know. And then you sit in the pew, you know, the worship starts, you get up, maybe you sing, maybe you don't. You come in, you listen to the sermon, then what do you do after that? Maybe you leave. I don't know what your process is when you come to church, but the Bible is very clear that we are a priesthood of believers. God has called us to be priests. And so if God calls you to be a priest, God says there's some things that you have to do as a priest. All of us, not just me as a pastor, but we are all a priesthood of believers. And that means that you and I are supposed to do priestly things. And when you look at the Old Testament, priests did interesting things. They helped people pray, they helped people worship, they helped people sacrifice animals as they repented of their sins. Different things the priests did in order to help them, other people, connect with God. So if you and I, according to Peter, we're called a priesthood of believers, all of us, you and I are called to do priestly things. So 1 Peter 2:5 says this, and you are living stones that God is building into his spiritual temple. What's more is you are his holy priests. Through the mediation of Jesus Christ, you offer sacrifices that please God. So when you come to church, when you gather with other believers, we are called to sacrifice or to do spiritual sacrifices to God together as a church. And the Bible says that pleases God. So that could include things like singing, lifting hands, clapping, serving, praying, having communion, and so many other things along with that. Those things done together in the body please God. So the question that I have for you today as you listen to this devotional is, when you come to church, what do you do? Are you thankful for the opportunity to worship God? Are you engaged when you come to God? How involved are you? In other words, are you offering sacrifices to God, or are you just there because maybe your wife forced you to come there, your mother, your father forced you to be there? Have you come ready to offer spiritual sacrifices to God? Worshiping God should cost you something. And so doing it together with other people can be inspiring for you. So the question that I have for you today is, are you intentional when you say, man, I'm coming to church on Sunday? Are you intentional praying, God, I've come today to offer spiritual sacrifices to you. I've come with a heart of worship to give you, God, my very best. So today I want you to take some time and evaluate what your attitude is when you enter or when you come to worship on the weekend on all of our campuses or whichever church you go to, and ask God, how can I do better every time I come into your presence?